Your pediatrician prescribed MiraLAX for your child's constipation and reassured you it's completely safe. But a few weeks later, something just feels off. Your child is having emotional meltdowns, their anxiety seems worse, their mood and behavior have changed in ways you've never seen before. And you start wondering, could the medication be causing this? The frustrating part for many parents is that no one warned them this could even be possible. Here's something many families are shocked to learn. MiraLAX is not FDA approved for children under the age of 17. Yet, it's one of the most commonly recommended medications for chronic constipation in kids. And the FDA has received reports from parents describing neurological and behavioral symptoms in children taking these laxatives. Things like anxiety, aggression, mood swings, and obsessive compulsion behaviors. So, if you're a parent dealing with chronic constipation in your child, or you've noticed behavioral changes after starting laxatives, this conversation is incredibly important for you. This video is specifically for parents who have a child taking MiraLAX or other laxatives, a child having constipation that keeps them back, holding them back no matter what you try, or parents who have noticed mood swings, anxiety, or behavioral changes while a child is on medication. And most importantly, this video is for parents who want to understand why their child's digestion isn't regulating naturally in the first place. Because what most families are never told is this: constipation is rarely just a digestive issue, it's a nervous system issue. How common constipation is actually one of the most common chronic health complaints in childhood. Studies estimate that up to 30% of children experience chronic constipation at some point. That means nearly 1 out of every 3 kids. Because it's so common, many doctors immediately recommend medications like MiraLAX. But that approach only manages the symptom. It doesn't explain why the body stopped regulating digestion in the first place. So, MiraLAX contains a compound called polyethylene glycol, and it works through a process called osmosis. Basically, medication pulls water into the intestine and softens the stool so it can pass more easily. But here's the key. This process bypasses the body's natural digestive regulation. Your child's digestive system is supposed to be controlled by the autonomic nervous system. Think of the nervous system like air traffic controller. It coordinates everything involved in digestion: stomach acid production, movement of the food through the intestinal walls, nutrition absorption, and bowel elimination. When the nervous system is functioning well, the body knows exactly when and how to move the stool. But when the nervous system becomes dysregulated, that communication breaks down. So what we see is digestion begins to slow, the stool harden, constipation is what's developing through that process. Taking MiraLAX in that situation is a bit like pressing the gas pedal while the parking brake is still on. You might force movement temporarily, but the underlying problem has not been addressed. Many parents notice something frustrating. Their child starts MiraLAX, constipation improves on a temporary basis, but the moment they actually stop the medication, the constipation will come right back. Because laxatives don't restore normal gut motility, they artificially produce the process. Over time, kids become dependent on medication that really doesn't address that underlying issue. At Cultivate, we often see a pattern called the perfect storm in these kids. Constipation rarely starts overnight. Instead, it develops after several stressors that affect the nervous system early in life. For example, high levels of stress during pregnancy can influence the development of the baby's nervous system. It kind of wires them for fight or flight. Birth interventions like C-sections, forceps, vacuum delivery, or inductions can create stress on the delicate nervous system. Early antibiotic use can disrupt the gut bacteria and the gut-brain communication. Environmental toxins like pesticides, plastics, and heavy metals can interfere with the nervous system regulation. When several of these factors combine, a child's nervous system can be stuck in that sympathetic dominance, that fight or flight state. And when the body is stuck in survival mode, digestion is one of the first systems to slow down. The vagus nerve's connection to your digestive system. One of the most important parts of digestion is your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve controls the body's rest and digest system. It regulates stomach acid, intestinal movement, nutritional absorption, and bowel elimination. When the vagus nerve function is disrupted, digestion can slow down dramatically. This is why constipation often shows up alongside with other nervous system symptoms that are very similar: sleep struggles, sensory challenges, acid reflux, anxiety, or often you're going to see emotional dysregulation. They're all connected through the nervous system, specifically that lack of parasympathetic function, which is rooted in the vagus nerve. At Cultivate, we look deeper than just the surface symptom of constipation. We begin with insight scans, which is a specific technology that's going to measure how your child's nervous system is regulating. We look at heart rate variability to assess stress patterns. We use thermal scans to identify areas of inflammation and nervous system interference, and surface EMG scans to measure the neuromuscular tension along the spine. These scans give us a detailed picture of your child's nervous system and how it's functioning. From there, we use gentle, neurologically focused chiropractic adjustments designed to reduce the stress on the nervous system and repair that system. As the nervous system shifts out of fight or flight and back into rest and digest, one of the first improvements many families notice is better digestion, more regular bowel movements, less abdominal pain, and such better sleep. And they're also going to see oftentimes improved emotional regulation. If your child is struggling with chronic constipation, it's important to understand something. Constipation is not a digestive problem at all. It's often a neurological regulation problem. While medications like MiraLAX may temporarily soften the stool, they don't restore the body's natural function to properly digest food. When the nervous system is supported and regulated, the digestive system can finally work as it was intended to. If your child struggles with constipation or has experienced side effects from laxatives, we want you to know there are drug-free options to address the root cause. Our team at Cultivate focuses on helping kids begin the system function of improvement through their nervous system. If you guys are interested in more information, schedule a connect call with our team to see how Cultivate can help serve your family to help improve your child's regulation within their nervous system that can support this outcome to reduce medication usage and to improve how their digestive system is functioning. We look forward to serving you at Cultivate.